Let's go watch It, Chapter 2.
G'day guys, if you haven't seen It Chapter 2, like you, or you just want to avoid spoilers, then this is definitely not the video for you. This is going to contain spoilers. I enjoyed It Chapter 2. In 2017, the first It movie, well, you can't call it the first, but the first chapter in the new series, because there was an original, was my favourite film of the year. It really created horror without jump scares. It was awesome. I loved it. Bill Skarsgård, the whole cast, the dude from Stranger Things, everyone was fantastic in it. Now this film, it does hit the nail on the head, but I think it is a little bit too much overhyped in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. It was 3 hours of fun. There were some moments though that were over the top. Some things I did like about the movie. Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise stands out again. He was fantastic. And in this film, spoiler alert, I'll say it for a last time. If you're watching this, spoilers start now. He becomes massive and he becomes small. He just plays the role so well. He's a fantastic villain. He's creepy. I don't think he eats as many kids as the first one. I think the count was 4 in this film. From memory. The maze scene was really cool. There were some really cool moments with the original Losers Club as well, which is what I like. Even moments that we saw in It 1, and then some moments that were new to us that we didn't know. Correct me if I'm wrong if you've seen the film, but Pennywise said that Richie had a secret that he was hiding, and I can't remember if that got revealed. That's a question for me. It would have been cool to see. We saw a bit more of the Deadlights, which is what I wanted to see. I was looking forward to seeing that. But it really would have been cool to get more of an origin story. We got the fact that Pennywise is considered by like an Indian culture as the devil and took the form of the devil himself and not a clown back then. He has just been a clown for, I think, 50 years twice, maybe a couple billion. They did say a couple billion years Pennywise has been around. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing an origin story where he originates from, but I don't want them to milk sequels. This film, I feel like it concluded really well. If you've seen the film or you want to know spoilers and you're watching this right now, you know that Pennywise's life is ended by fear striking him. What he does is he creates fear in people. That's how he grows. But when he is scared of things himself, he shrinks, which I thought was really cool. It was really nicely done, these scenes. And they crush his heart together. Let's speak about Stanley. I thought, because in the original, Stanley also commits suicide. I thought Stanley was underused in the film and they made him look terrible compared to an enjoyable character in the first film, kind of disregarded him. But the final scene involves Stanley and not a suicide note, but a very nice letter pacting them to stay together. And I really appreciated that. I think it really added that he was part of everything. He was not disincluded. We also had the unfortunate death of Eddie. I thought Eddie might die from, and I'll speak about one of my favorite parts of the movie in a moment, from Henry Bowers. Now, I knew Henry Bowers was alive. I don't know how I knew. I didn't read any spoilers or anything, but I just had a gut feeling. I know he had a big fall down the bottom, and I can't remember. I don't think we saw him alive at the end of It 1, but it was really cool to see Henry Bowers back. He stabbed Eddie in the cheek, and I thought he was going to die in that moment, but he got stabbed back. And by the end of the film, Pennywise was just very brutal, and he was a spider, and he wiped out Eddie straight off the face of the earth. Eddie had some nice moments with Richie, and I did like the comedy in this film. I think it was used a little bit too much. I think it would have been funny for maybe a few moments, but they did it over the top. But there wasn't much wrong with the film for me. As I said, I don't know if it lived up to the complete hype. There was so much hype around it being so perfect, and that's what annoyed me. But overall, the interaction between the original Losers Club, the acting from Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise, I would have liked to have seen more of Henry Bowers, but I thought what we saw was fantastic. And them collecting the tokens, reliving past moments which we hadn't seen, really created a fun film. Now, let's speak a little bit about the ending. So the ending involved this case that was from the Indians, and Mike, who was the one that got them all together back in Derry. They were all, I liked the fact, and it's wrong that I liked it, but the fact that Beverly hadn't moved on truly until the ending, where she's now with Ben, not Bill. A shocker. No, I called it. But I like the fact that her husband abused her. She hasn't moved on from life, what it was, with her father, who is now deceased, as well as Eddie's mum. I think there are a bit too much jump scares. I don't really like, and I don't think anyone really likes a jump scare. Sometimes they're okay. It One was fantastic, original in creating a new kind of horror. It didn't have to use jump scares. It was just scary. But there was some funny moments. As I said, the comedy was great in this film. If you guys have seen It Chapter 2, or if you watch this to know all the spoilers, let me know what you guys thought of the movie in the comments. I really enjoyed it. I had a blast. I'm trying to remember, there's 3 hours of content to unpack. I always say I'll make a separate video, so I probably won't. The use of the balloons was really cool as well. Henry Bowers and his interaction with Pennywise. You didn't get to see the two together, which was a little bit disappointing. You only saw the kind of zombie, which indicated it was him, as well as the balloons when he first killed his father. But I would have liked to have seen them two together. He was really fascinated. He was in a mental hospital for 27 years. Obviously, Pennywise with that quote, "I missed you, I craved you" for 27 years. His acting was fantastic. The whole team, Beverly, Ben, Richie, Eddie, Bill. I'm probably forgetting someone. Stanley, but Stanley wasn't really in the film. I thought the scene, when was it? Might have been the Chinese scene. There was a really creepy scene where like baby heads were growing on legs. I think it was in the Chinese scene, setting it all up. It was a really gruesome beginning as well. And they said that this movie was going to have the bloodiest scene of all time. And I don't know, I've seen quite a few movies. It's up there. Beverly, just like that moment where the sink burst up. This time it's in the bathroom where she gets bullied. I love how, as adults, he showed moments where they were losers. Now, I'm not saying they're losers. They are fantastic people. But it was cool to see moments like Beverly getting bullied. Ben being all alone is how he felt. Bill obviously felt responsible for not saving Georgie. But, I don't know, compared to the original, it wasn't as good for me, but I enjoyed it. Let's give it a rating. I'm going to give It Chapter 2 an 8 out of 10 for me. I did think it was fantastic, but there was just a little bit more they could have done for it, but I did enjoy it for the most part. I will be watching it again. It is a 3-hour film, so it's quite long. Alright guys, if you guys have seen it, let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed it. Tomorrow I'll be doing my Roosters and Rabbits vlog. Subscribe to the channel. We've just hit 1,000 subs, which is a massive achievement. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys.